Hi, it's Mona. Let's start the tutorial with planning. I take a sheet from the Bitsy Blossoms petite paper pack, which I will use as a template. I divide the sheets into sections with a black marker, using the pattern on the paper as a guide. This is the key to today's project. It really helps me see where each element will go. Before I do any stamping, I play around with the stamps a bit. This is also part of my planning process. Once the planning is done, it's time for stamping. For this card, I will be using the spring basket stamps with their coordinating dies. You can find the list of supplies linked below. I stamped the images twice onto Nina Solar White cardstock using jet black ink and my Misty. I also stamped the Happy Spring sentiment. After stamping, I heated the ink with my heat gun to prevent ink smearing. Next, I pick my Ohuhu markers and start the coloring process. Now I will put on some lovely music and will be back with the continuation soon. The next step is adding highlights. I use a white pigment pen to create highlights on the images. When highlights are done, I run the colored images through my die-cut machine with their matching dies. For the background, I am using this beautiful light turquoise cardstock from the Bitsy Blossoms 6x6 inch petite paper pack. I want a symmetrical cut, so I place the large stitch rectangle stackables on my template to see exactly where it should go. Then I fix the die on my cardstock and run it through my die cut machine. Next I adhere the card front to the card base using a glue tube. And now the framed pattern design can begin. First I adhere the images together with a glue tube. And now I place the colored images to the right place as I planned. I use 3D foam squares to give them a bit of dimension. When the main frames are done, I follow the pattern. As you can see, it continues in a checkboard fashion. Once the pattern is completed, I add the happy spring sentiment to the center of the card. As you can see, I had to replace a bit the main images, but no one gonna know. I also had a few leftover colored images, so I added them inside the card. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or check the supply list in the description. Bye!